to go through some things to get here. You had to push through. Keep your head up, keep moving, keep believing when you felt things didn't add up. And I'm telling you now, people see it. People are proud of you. People respect how you handled what you went through. Some of them are even watching. You didn't just survive that season. You changed in it. You built strength, patience, and grace. That's why your light hits different now. That's why doors are still. Welcome to a space where you can finally breathe and feel safe. Welcome to Blended Healing. Here we honor every piece of your journey and walk with you toward balance, clarity, and peace. Welcome to Blended Healing.
Every soul aligned. The city keeps beating.
We forgot how to build together. We forgot. For the last 3 chapters, we've been talking about competition, comparison, and the race that we have been running. Now it's time to ask a different question. What have we lost because everybody's trying to win alone? We stopped thinking about community and started thinking about, like being an individual just trying to get by instead of asking, how can we build this together? We started asking, how can I get there first? Somewhere along the way, we lost something because our biggest strength has never been one person. It's always been us. There was a time when neighbors looked out for each other. If somebody started a business, everybody supported it. If somebody needed a job, somebody made a phone call. If somebody needed help, people showed up without even being asked twice. Today, though, too many people are trying to build empires by themselves while standing in neighborhoods full of people with the same exact skill sets that they need. You got small businesses competing for the same customers instead of sending customers to one another. We're surrounded by nothing but opportunity, but for some reason, we've chosen to disconnect from each other. How do we get that back? Is it collaboration over competition? I think so. Sharing instead of hoarding, befriending instead of gatekeeping, encouraging instead of resenting. Because here's the truth. Nobody builds something great completely by themselves. Welcome to Blended Healing. Welcome to Chapter 4. We forgot how to build together. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the real talk. I heard you were looking for me. Did you miss me? I missed y'all. I missed y'all.
And silent when it matters. That don't even make sense. Fix it or exit. Yeah. Don't play support. I don't need a fan. Need a real one, not a hype man. If you're with me, then you stand 10. Not just talking for the Instagram. Don't play support. Don't fake love. I can tell when it ain't real. Yeah. You can keep that love proud.
What have we lost because everybody's trying to win alone? We stopped thinking about community and started thinking like individuals just trying to get by. What have we lost because everybody's trying to win alone? We stopped thinking about community and started thinking like individuals just trying to get by. How do we get that back? Is it collaboration over competition? I think so. Sharing instead of hoarding, befriending instead of gatekeeping, encouraging instead of resenting.
If you go when it get real, yeah. You was loud when it was cute. Now it's quiet, what it do?
Real talk. How many partnerships never happened because everybody was too busy trying to prove they didn't need anybody? Now, don't get me wrong. I welcome partnerships, collaboration, but I think there's something that holds a lot of people back. And it ain't competition. It's trust. You have to trust the person you're building with, and the right collaboration could change everything. Sometimes the opportunity you've been praying for isn't another class. Maybe it's just a person.
Collaboration is not a weak spot. It's not. Who convinced us that doing everything by ourselves is what we're supposed to be doing? And somehow we get type of award for that? Who told us that? We started believing that asking for help means that we are weak. Nah. That if you work with other people, you aren't capable of doing it on your own. That's BS. When really, if you stop and think about it, that doesn't even make sense. Look around. Nothing great is built by one person. A championship team doesn't win because one player, even the people we call self-made, have people behind the scenes opening doors, making intros, teaching them, investing in them, encouraging them, and believing in them before anybody else did. So why are there so many small business owners trying to wear every hat? I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I know this one very well. You're the owner, the marketing department, the customer service rep, the shipping department, the photographer, the bookkeeper, the social media manager, and the cleanup crew. And then 6 months later, you burnt out wondering why the business isn't growing. Yeah, that's definitely a transparent moment because I'm all of that. I am. And if you really want to keep it a buck, the problem isn't that I'm not working hard enough. The problem is that I'm trying to do work that was never meant for one person. That's facts. That's real facts. I made independence my goal when it should have been collaboration. I believe there was something wrong with standing on my own 2 feet. Nah, but the real power is knowing when to stand with somebody else. That's how communities grow. That's how I make my surroundings stronger. That's how a small business survives long enough to become a successful business. And that's real talk. See, my situation is a little different. I don't really have the capacity around me. I have people who help if I call and reach out, and when it gets heavy enough, I will raise my hand. But it's all about balance. It's a matter of knowing what you can carry and what you're never supposed to carry by yourself. And if I think about it, and if you think about it, how many opportunities did I miss or did we miss because we refused to ask for help? Truth, real talk. How many partnerships never happened because everybody's too busy trying to prove that they didn't need anybody? Now, don't get me wrong. I welcome partnerships. I welcome collaboration, but I think there's something that holds a lot of people back. And it ain't competition, it's trust. It's a matter of trust. Because you have to trust somebody before you hand them the keys to your kingdom. And if you're not careful about who you do that with, you can end up in situations where doors start closing instead of opening. Sometimes you end up standing completely on your own. And sometimes you'll get blackballed because you're too honest. Who knows what really goes on behind the scenes? But I know this: trust matters. You have to trust the person you're building with. And the right collaboration could change everything. I'm a true believer that relationships are currency. Sometimes the opportunity that you've been praying for isn't another class or another certificate. Maybe it's just a person. Somebody knows who's somebody, or somebody willing to open a door for you. Somebody who's already walked the road that you're trying to travel wholeheartedly. But it all comes back to trust and integrity. Those two have to walk hand in hand. Now imagine if small business stopped fighting over every customer and start sending customers to one another. Imagine if one business couldn't help a client, and instead of saying sorry, they say, I know somebody who can help you. And that's a win-win for everybody. The customer wins because they found what they needed. The other business wins because they gain a client, and you win because you build trust instead of competition. That's how communities used to work. People understood that helping somebody else succeed didn't take anything away from your success. And most of the time, it brought more opportunities right back around. But it has to be built on trust. And it has to be built on integrity. Maybe that's what we've been missing all along. Maybe the question was never, how do I get ahead? Maybe the better question is, how can I bring, not how, who can I bring with me? And I'm down for that. One person climbs by themselves, that's success. But when a whole community climbs together, that's legacy. Real talk. For real, for real. And sharing your resources instead of hoarding them. Let me ask you something. When did information become something we started hiding from each other? At one point, did helping somebody else become a threat? People started acting like if they told you where they got their products, who designed their website, or who printed their shirts, or who helped them get started, they were somewhere or somehow giving away the secret sauce. I never understood that way of thinking. Here's why. There's enough room for all of us. We can all sell similar products and still be successful, because people don't just buy products, they buy people. They buy your personality, your customer service, your energy, your story, and the way that you make them feel. That's why two businesses can sell the same exact thing and both stay busy. People connect with who they connect with. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you hand over every piece of your business or every lesson that you've learned. There's a difference between being generous and being careless. Boundaries matter. Protecting what you built matters. But sharing a resource, recommending a good vendor, introducing someone to a reliable printer, or pointing somebody toward an opportunity doesn't take anything away from you. If anything, it strengthens the entire community. I've always believed that relationships are an investment. And when you help somebody without expecting something in return, people remember that. They remember who answered the phone, who shared the information, who opened the door when they didn't have to. And sometimes those same people become the bridge to opportunities that you never would have found on your own. Think about how much stronger our communities would be if business owners looked at each other as teammates instead of opponents. Imagine if someone called you looking for a service you don't provide. And instead of saying, I can't help you, you say, I know exactly who can. That one referral can feed another family while building trust with your customer. Everybody wins. We think success is about holding everything close to the vest. I don't think that's the answer. I think real success is knowing that what to protect and what to share, and wisdom tells you the difference. Integrity keeps you honest. Trust determines who you build with. And sometimes what somebody needs isn't money. Sometimes they just need the right phone number, the right introduction, or somebody willing to say, I've already been through that. Let me help you avoid the mistakes I made. That kind of information could save somebody months of frustration and thousands of dollars. That's how communities become stronger. Businesses survive and relationships are built. And when people stop hoarding knowledge and start sharing what they can, everybody has a better chance to succeed. That's the kind of community I'd rather be a part of. You dig? All right. I'll be right back. I'm not keeping you long. I'll be right back after this.
This place is beautiful. Look at these. They smell amazing.
Soft light, evening glow. She Mecca essential, let the magic flow. Bath and spray, a gentle start. Body butter, warm in every part. Crystals hum, charms and light.
Warm coconut, creamy sandalwood, luxury, confidence, golden hour, pure elegance.
This body moisture and other products are available at chamakaessentials.com. See you in the next experience.
Every night, every way, lift your spirit rising. Tagging, hype. Now you missing when I'm blue. I don't need no cheer squad. I need pull up energy. Where you at when I'm low, not when it's convenient.
When did information become something we started hiding from each other? At what point did helping somebody else become a threat? Somewhere along the way, people started acting like if they told you where they got their products, designed their website, printed their shirts, or who helped them get started, they were somehow giving away the secret sauce. I never understood that way of thinking.
Too often we think success is about holding everything close to the vest. I don't think that's the answer. I think real success is knowing what to protect and what to share. Wisdom tells you the difference. Integrity keeps you honest. Trust determines who you build with.
Keep it there. I like pressure, I like proof. If it's real, it's crystal clear. If you solid, you don't talk much.
Some people don't mind teaching you as long as you never become as successful as they are. They'll give you just enough information to keep you close, but never enough to let you stand beside them. That's not mentorship, that's control. They don't get nervous when you start figuring things out. They don't get quiet when opportunities begin coming your way. They clap because your success is part of their legacy too. They understand that knowledge isn't something you lose by giving it away. If anything, it multiplies.
Imagine what our communities would look like if everybody committed to helping just one person coming behind them. Not to control them, not to compete with them, just to help them avoid unnecessary mistakes and reach their goals a little faster. We'd spend less time reinventing the wheel and more time building on what the last generation already learned.
Word. Facts on facts on facts. True facts. Let me ask you another question. When did mentorship become something people stopped doing? There was a time when somebody older or somebody who had already been through it would pull up to the side and show you the ropes. They didn't see your potential as a threat. They thought that you were worth investing in because somebody had done the same thing for them. Now, don't get it twisted. Mentorship isn't about creating followers. It isn't about making people dependent on you or making sure that they never outgrow you. Real mentorship is about helping somebody because so that one day they're not going to need you anymore. I know. And if that sounds uncomfortable, maybe we need to ask ourselves why. Some people don't mind teaching you as long as you never become as successful as they are. They'll give you just enough information to keep you close, but never enough to let you stand beside them. That's not mentorship, that's control. A real mentor celebrates your growth. They don't get nervous when you start figuring things out on your own. They don't shut up when opportunities begin coming your way. They clap because your success is part of their legacy too. They understand that knowledge isn't something that you lose by giving it away. If anything, it multiplies. Let me flip it for a second though. Being mentored also requires something from us. You have to be teachable, willing to listen, and accept correction without taking everything personally. Every piece of advice isn't an attack. Sometimes if somebody's trying to save you from learning the hard way because they already paid the price, I can honestly say that I've learned something from people younger than me and from people older than me. Wisdom doesn't check your birth certificate before it shows up. Sometimes the lessons come from a business owner who's been doing it for 30 years. Other times, it comes from somebody who just found a new way to solve an old problem. If your mind stays open, you'll keep growing. Imagine what our communities would look like if everybody committed to helping just one person coming behind them, not to control them or compete with them, just to help them avoid unnecessary mistakes and reach their goals a little faster. We spend less time reinventing the wheel and more time building on what the last generation already learned. That's how real growth happens. Somebody reaches back while somebody else reaches forward. One hand pulls the other hand pushes. And before you know it, everybody is moving higher together. That's mentorship. Not creating followers, creating more leaders. You dig? You got it? All right. Because referrals don't cost nothing. Nothing. I've learned over the years, right? A referral does not cost you anything, but it can change somebody's entire business. It could change somebody's month. It could even change somebody's life. Yet for some reason, we act like sending business to somebody else means we're taking something away from ourselves. I never got that. Think about how many times someone has asked you for something you don't offer. You could simply say, I can't help you and leave it there. Or you could say, I know somebody who's really good at that. Let me connect you. Let me put your hand in their hand. And that right there carries a lot of weight because it tells people you're more interested in helping them solve their problem than pretending you have all the answers. Dig that. I never believed that I had to be everything to everybody, and that's impossible. But what I can do is build relationships with good people who operate with integrity. That way, when someone needs something I don't provide, I can confidently send them to somebody I trust. To me, that's what community is supposed to look like. Now, let's be clear. I don't believe in referring people just because I know their name. My reputation is attached to every recommendation I make. If I send somebody your way, I'm putting my integrity on the line too. That's why trust matters. Why your character matters. Consistency matters. When people know your word means something, your referrals carry that weight. And the beautiful thing about generosity is that it has a way of coming back around. Maybe not from the same person, but people remember who looked out for them. They remember who mentioned their name. They remember who opened a door when they didn't have to. Those things leave an impression that money can't buy. Imagine what our communities would look like if business owners intentionally looked for opportunities to recommend one another instead of competing for every single customer. Imagine walking into a networking event where everybody is asking, how can I help your business grow? Instead of secretly wondering whether you were the competition. The energy would be completely different. I believe referrals are one of the simplest ways to strengthen a community. You're not losing a customer, you're building trust. You're creating a relationship and showing people that success does not have to be a solo journey. It could be shared. Maybe we've been looking at this all wrong. Maybe success isn't measured by how many opportunities we keep for ourselves. Maybe it's measured by how many opportunities we create for somebody else. Because when we help each other eat, everybody leaves the table full. And that's the kind of community I want to build. What about you? What about you?
Hold up! Queen Cammy pulled up. Ghost ride the recap. Yeah. She slide through like, what's up, fam? Let's run this back. Tap in with the city, yeah, she keep the folks on track. Got that love in her stride, got that truth in her tone. Breaking down the headlines like she's sitting on a throne. Community.
I am celebrating. Come and join me. I have a surprise for you. I am pleased to announce that I have joined the Chimaka Essentials family. Welcome to Chimaka Essentials West Coast. I enjoy Chimaka Essentials aromatherapy products, and I know you will too. You will now be able to purchase her aromatherapy products directly from me, Queen Cammy Royal Essentials, and other aromatherapy products are available. Drop me an email and arrange your product delivery options.
This is a BLES, Black Lady Doing Shit production.
If you solid, you don't talk much. You just show up, no soft touch. Yeah, I don't chase, I replace quick.
I don't believe in referring people just because I know their name. My reputation is attached to every recommendation I make. If I send somebody your way, I'm putting my integrity on the line too. That's why trust matters. That's why character matters. That's why consistency matters. When people know your word means something, your referrals carry weight. The beautiful thing about generosity is that it has a way of coming back around.
People remember who looked out for them. They remember who mentioned their name in a room they weren't standing in and who opened a door when they didn't have to. Those things leave an impression that money can't buy.
Maybe we've been looking at this all wrong. Maybe success isn't measured by how many opportunities we keep for ourselves. That's an interesting way to look at it. Maybe it's measured by how many opportunities we create for somebody else. Because when we help each other eat, everybody leaves the table full.
If you solid, you don't talk much. You just show up, no soft touch. Yeah, I don't chase, I replace quick.
Maybe rebuilding our communities doesn't start with some massive movement. Maybe it starts with one conversation, one collaboration, one referral.
I love that. You're right.
One mentor.
One person deciding that somebody else's success is worth celebrating instead of competing with. That's something every one of us can do. If enough people make that choice, little by little, we stop asking,
How do I get ahead? How do we all move forward together?
As we get ready to close this chapter, I want to leave you with one final thought. Somewhere along the way, we started believing that another person's success somehow took away something from us. Like there was only one seat at the table. There was only enough money, enough opportunities, and enough recognition or enough room for one person to make it. I don't believe that. I believe we've been looking at success through the wrong lens. Success was never supposed to isolate us. It was supposed to inspire us. When I see somebody from my community winning, I don't want to ask them, why them? I don't want to ask, how did they do that? And what can we learn from that? That's a completely different mindset. One is rooted in scarcity, and the other one is possibility. Imagine what would happen if we celebrated each other's wins as hard as we celebrate our own. Imagine if we stopped waiting until somebody became famous before we supported them. Buying from local businesses before they become popular. Sharing somebody's work simply because you believed in it, not because everybody else finally noticed them. That's how movement begins. Every strong community has one thing in common. The people understand that one person's victory doesn't weaken the group, it strengthens it. Every door that opens for one person becomes proof that another door can open for someone else. Success leaves clues, baby, but it also leaves confidence. It reminds people that what once looked impossible can actually be done. And that doesn't mean everybody will have the same journey. We all have gifts, different callings, and different timing, but we all benefit from being surrounded by people who genuinely want to see us win. And that's the kind of surroundings where ideals grow, businesses expand, families become stronger, and communities begin to heal. Maybe rebuilding our communities doesn't start with some massive movement, Maybe it starts with one conversation, one collaboration, referral, mentor, or one person deciding that somebody else's success is worth celebrating instead of competing with. And that's something every one of us can do. And if enough people make that choice, little by little, we stop asking, how do I get ahead? And start asking, how do we all move forward together? To me, that's what real success looks like. Not one person standing alone at the top of the whole community climbing together. That's a legacy worth leaving behind. You dig? All right.
Welcome to Holistic Royalty by Kells, where peace, holistic wellness is designed with you in mind. You are just in time. It's time for meditation and yoga class. Follow me. My name is Queen Kells, and I am a certified yoga instructor specializing in Hatha Yoga, a practice of self-transformation using postures and breathing to focus the mind and body. It is a slower, more meditative practice where poses are held for longer periods. Before we start, allow me to guide you into today's meditation. Tune into Holistic Royalty by Kells on Mondays and Fridays for meditation and yoga, 11 a.m. EST.
From bed yoga to the chair, introducing chair yoga, an alternative to traditional floor yoga. Listen as I guide you through the steps for a well-balanced part of your day. This and more are available here at Holistic Royalty by Kells. Remember to hit that notification bell, like, share, and subscribe.
Make sure that you check in on Kells on Mondays and Friday mornings at 11 a.m. It's an experience. It really is. And it gets your mind set for the day. You dig? All right. Listen. So what did we learn? We learned that collaboration is not a weak spot. It's strength. We learned that sharing resources doesn't make us smaller. It makes us stronger. We learned that mentorship isn't about creating followers. It's about creating leaders, more of them. And we learned that a simple referral can open a door that changes somebody's life. More than anything, we've learned that we've been trying to carry too much by ourselves. That's why so many of us are tired. And that's why so many businesses never make it past the first few years. And that's why some dreams never get off the ground. People are vested. You're talented. You're willing to work. Sometimes trying to build something alone is tiring. But this is what I know for sure. None of us knows everything, or has every answer, or has every connection. But when you put honest people together, people who operate with trust, integrity, and a genuine desire to see somebody else succeed, you create something bigger than any one person could ever build by themselves. And that's the kind of community I want to live in. The kind of community I want to build in, one where collaboration is normal, where referrals are freely given and mentors reach back without being scared, where success isn't measured by who made it out alone, but by how many people they brought with them. Because at the end of the day, the strongest communities aren't built by the smartest people, the richest, or the most talented. They're built by people who understand one simple truth. We go farther when we're together. Ashe? All right. I'm done. I said what I said. I gotta go. Lots to do, lots to do, lots to do. Shoot, when I unroll my to-do list, it rolls out and goes across the floor. You dig? I don't know about you, but I be working, working, working day and night. But I wanted to come through, you know. We got to talk about this, man. Is life a competition for you? Is it? Or is there some way that we can build together? All right. I got to go. Be good to yourself and be good to other people, man. I promise you there's good people out there. There really, really is. Your tribe is there. Your tribe is truly there. They looking for you as much as you looking for them. You dig? And when it comes to this collaboration thing, yeah, it's real. It's real. And you don't have to do it the COC way. You could do it your way. As long as everybody's winning, man. As long as everybody's winning. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Get outside, get some air. It helps your brain think. Stay hydrated, man. Stay hydrated. All right, see, you try to hold me. You trying to hold me, and I gots to go. I gotta go. I got shikakakaka to do. Y'all be well. Stay safe out there in them streets, virtually and physically. Guard your peace and your mental. And with that being said, Alicia Dion, big mouthpiece, take us out.
You are now tuned in to the COC production. Let's go.
Collaboration over competition. It's the family, COC, and the world gonna know.
Let's go. Let's go.
Collaboration over competition. I told y'all, baby, let's go. COC, and the world gonna know.
Fire, fire. Yeah, it's big COC.
Collaboration over competition. I am the music and sound behind the COC, baby. Let's go. COC, and the world gonna know.
They try to write us off like a bad check. They try to overshadow
Collaboration over competition. Blessings on blessings on blessing. You already know. Let's go. COC, and the world gonna know.
Collaboration over competition. What up, fam? COC, and the world gonna know.
Let's go. It's big COC energy, fam.
The COC and the world gonna know.
Let's go.
Voices in the darkness.
Yeah.
Bring the
Listen. COC fire continue to shine bright. It's shining all day and it's shining all night. Let's go. COC fire continue to shine bright. It's shining all day.
Hey, yeah. late night rain on the window pane. Purple shadows dancing in my brain. Candles burn while the world sleeps deep, and the quiet truths don't stay asleep. Soft lips talking through velvet smoke. Every word.
Hope you received what you needed today. Thank you for coming by and spending some time with me. Come back soon. Ashe and deep bow to you.